Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So, I just finished episode 2 of Kamen Rider Build, and honestly, I would say that this episode was far more intriguing than the last episode. So, at the end of the last episode, we find out that Sato, the one who's the Kamen Rider in this series, saves a fugitive. Actually, I was wrong. It's pronounced Sento. Anyways, we find out that he saved a fugitive in the last episode. In this episode, it kind of deals with him apparently being, framed for murder. I mean, the last episode, he said he went to jail because, he was framed for murder. But in this one, it deals with how he was framed. So the beginning of the episode starts off with them at their headquarters. And apparently, they get found out. The headquarters get found out by a journalist who Sento basically saved earlier. And it's so dumb how she finds her way in just because they forgot to close the door when they went in. And so for those guys that don't know, their base is inside this cafe. That's the way to get in. You gotta open like the bottom drawer of a little fridge, and that's how you get in. So the guy who runs the place forgot to close that. And the reporter's basically like, oh, if you don't let me do an exclusive on you, I'll reveal this to the entire public. And they're basically like, no, but if you keep our identities out of it, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then we get into the framed murder part of the episode where, Ryuga, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, he gets a cell phone and he calls his girlfriend or wife. One of the two. And it turns out she's about to get turned into one of those monster things called Smashes. Or Smash. So Ryuga alone goes off to find her. Eventually runs into the little minions of the season. And, he has to escape them. And then Sento comes in to help him. And then the minions start turning into this really weird thing. Like, they all merge together to turn into this, two-legged gun thing. It's really weird. The CGI looks horrible on it. Eventually, Sento ends up, just beating them, or beating that giant thing. And Ryu's like, oh, leave me alone, and just knocks Sento out. And when he leaves, he ends up running into the monster of this episode. I don't want to call it a smash, because it sounds weird. He runs into a smash of this episode. It just sounds weird. Sento eventually shows up and is like, okay, I can take care of her, just let me beat her up a bit. The main villain then shows up and is like, ho, even if you do beat her, her soul's gonna die. I forgot to mention this in the last episode I did, because I just forgot about it. I don't know how I forgot about it, but the main villain that they're teasing this time around is this bat-looking dude, and he looks really cool. He looks like a really alternate version of Batman. They even sort of call him Batman in the episode, except, they had the space between Batman. And so Sento ends up beating the crap out of the dude's girlfriend for a bit, and manages to take out the monster long enough for her to tell Ryuga that he was set up. She got a call from this dude saying that all he has to do is go over there and they'll reinstate him into the fighting. I don't remember if he was like a boxer or something, but he'd be able to start fighting again and earning money. But no, it was a trap, and then she dies. At the end of the episode, we find out that the dude who called Ryuga's girlfriend is the same dude who apparently drugged him in jail. We also learned that I think the guy who runs the cafe can bend metal or something, because he bended a freaking iPad or something into a back scratcher. Also, there's this other girl who's in there because apparently she's the only one who can purify the smashes, and that's how Sento gets his powers. Anyways, that was episode 2 of Kamen Rider. I don't remember the name, but I really did enjoy this episode. Far more than the first one, like I said earlier. But I'm definitely going to keep on this episode. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Remember to like, comment,